Hey everyone, this is Jackie Rendall from Rendall's Certified Cleaning Services with your weekly audio e-newsletter. This week is October 12th, 2015. I hope everybody had a great week, and it's starting to get colder out there, so the holidays are definitely coming into swing, and this is a really good weekly e-newsletter for those who are looking to get stuff cleaned. So let's get started. It can always be cleaned, but it can't always be restored. There I was staring at her white linen sofa, and there was the ultra rare, extraordinarily evil X cleaning code tag on the sofa decking staring back at me like the outline of the Grim Reaper. It was in the summer of 1996, and I had been called out to clean her sofa. I tested the fabric before cleaning, as we always do, and waited in anticipation for the results. I glanced over at my client, a wonderful woman with 3 little kids and a puppy. I could tell she was a great mom by the way her kids respected her. But they're kids, they spill stuff. That's what kids do. And the cute puppy, well, he was still learning not to jump on the sofa. I could see in her eyes that she was hoping my tests would disprove the X tag, that it could indeed be restored. You see, many pieces of upholstery have a cleaning tag affixed to the decking. We see them on at least half of all pieces of upholstery we clean. The other quarter to half of them are torn or worn off from use. The remainder were never tagged at all by the manufacturer, but the problem is that the cleaning code is often wrong, which is why we always test fabrics and rugs before we commence our work. The codes are as follows with some variations. S equals solvent or no water, W equals water safe, WS is water or solvent safe, X is neither water nor solvent safe. As mentioned above, the cleaning codes are often wrong. I've been to furniture mills and have witnessed firsthand that mistagging furniture is a common occurrence. Mostly we see S codes, and most S cleaning codes that we see are perfectly fine to clean with water, as long as a professional who is familiar with the fabric like us takes precautionary steps. More on that in a minute. On occasion we see W codes that are indeed not water safe, but that is the exception and not the rule. The WS codes are usually correctly affixed, but it's pretty rare to see a WS code. And then there is the dreaded X code, which I've only seen a handful of times in 21 years. As mentioned, the S code is the most common cleaning code we run across, even though they are often mistagged. I have a theory on why that is so. If you flood out a piece of upholstery, even one that has the W or WS label stating that it's safe to clean with water, an upholstery piece may still be ruined from mold by staying wet too long, batting and stuffing bleeding through from excessive water use, or both. My theory is that the manufacturers don't want you, the consumer, to clean them, so they stick the S cleaning code on them. For liability reasons, they want you to call a professional to clean it. Of course, when we test it and it tests fine for W, we assured that we have the proper training and experience to not overwet, cause bleeding, shrinking, or any other upholstery cleaning calamities. Again, we always test fabrics first. You may be wondering, if it's coded S, why don't you use a solvent to clean it, which is an excellent question. The answer is twofold. First, solvent cleaning is not an effective way to clean fabrics because most soil is water-based. Second, using solvents in your home to the degree that would be considered sufficient for a thorough and effective cleaning of the entire piece is not good for your and our health. While some solvents are greener than others, dry solvents are mostly petroleum-based cleaning agents and give off fumes that aren't good to breathe. There are some exceptions like D-limonene, which is a solvent derived from orange peels, but chemical companies often mix in other chemicals to make the D-limonene stronger. Furthermore, if D-limonene is not rinsed out with water, it causes resoiling. Having to use water to rinse out a solvent like delaminine defeats the purpose of using a solvent in the first place. Going back to effectiveness, as we all recall from basic science classes, water and oil do not mix. If we use a dry solvent, dry meaning without water, to attempt to remove water-based soil like food and drink spills, crumbs, pet human urine, vomit, feces, mud, and dirt in general, etc., the dry solvent will repel away from soil and won't actually clean it. There is a case for using dry solvents to spot clean specific non-water based spots and stains like oil, grease, some types of ink, etc., but to clean an entire piece of upholstery with dry solvent is just not feasible, effective, or safe. Going back to the client with the X tag. With my test concluded, I took a deep breath and explained to the nice woman with 3 kids and a puppy that indeed her linen sofa, which was once white in color, was not safe to use water or dry solvent to restore it. She looked at me despondently, and there was nothing I could do. There was nothing anyone could do, unfortunately. That said, there is a difference between cleaning and restoration. Cleaning means removing soil so that it doesn't build up and require restoration. Restoration means returning an item, in this case the white linen sofa, to as near as new condition as possible via means more aggressive than cleaning, yet still safe for the item. Her white linen sofa was beyond the cleaning stage and well into the restoration phase. In this client's case, not allowing the kids and puppy on it could have kept it in the cleaning stage. Having a slipcover made for sofa could have kept it in the cleaning stage, but even before that, knowing what an X cleaning code means and avoiding in the first place is probably the best advice, especially if you have kids and pets. The word cleaning is often misapplied. When we professionals speak amongst ourselves, we use the word cleaning to imply that it's household maintenance like vacuuming, sweeping, blotting up spills, etc. When we use the term restoration, we are meaning deep cleaning, like using our truck mounts and extractors and professional techniques to get the built-up dirt out of something and to return an item to as new as possible when it's beyond the cleaning stage. When we speak with clients and consumers, we often use the term cleaning, but what we really mean is restoration. Some examples are carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, rug cleaning, tile cleaning. The reason why we use these terms with you is because lots of things are lost in translation, and it's often easier just to say cleaning. But when you hire us, we're actually restoring your carpet, upholstery, tile, rugs, etc. In a perfect world, manufacturers would not make upholstery, carpet, and rugs that can't be restored. But they do, and it's important for you to know that it can always be cleaned, but it can't always be restored. When buying furniture, check the cleaning tag. Yes, they're usually wrong with one exception in my experience. The X cleaning code is always right, and if you see an X code, know that it will be impossible to restore using water or solvents, and you should probably look for something else. Scott Rendall, President and wearer of many hats. Next up, we have a cleaning tip. Fabric protection works, but is it safe? Upholstery fabric is very thin. It's pretty strong too, but it's like your favorite work jeans. After you wear your jeans for a while, the knees start to get lighter. This light area of the knees and butt, if you scooch around on the ground a lot, loses its color because it's being worn. The fabric gets thinner and eventually get holes in your jeans. Also, if you spill something on your jeans and have to be a bit aggressive to get off the spill, you've probably noticed the area is lighter as well. Again, it's thinning. And your upholstery, carpet and rugs also, thins as well in what we call high traffic areas. Your high traffic areas on your upholstery are most commonly the armrests, headrests, and in front of the cushions where your legs contact it. Some fabrics are stronger than others, of course, but each time you sit on your couch, chair, love seat, etc., it wears a little bit. Dirt gets stuck on the thin fabric and starts to etch. The more buildup of dirt, the more aggressive the etching. Combine built-up soil, agitation from use, and time, and your upholstery really does take a beating. In 1938, Roy J. Plunkett, Ph.D., accidentally discovered fluoropolymer. Dr. Plunkett worked for DuPont at the time and called this newly discovered fluoropolymer Teflon. To summarize what fluoropolymer does, and without getting too technical, just think of it as an invisible coating of very thin plastic that is applied in a liquid state and after drying binds to the fabric in which it was applied. The fluoropolymer is not only invisible and does not change the feel of the fabric, but it also adds strength and chemical resistance to the fabric in which it was applied. It also repels spills, stains, and soil. But there was a problem with fluoropolymers that was initially suspected in the 60s, 70s, and 80s and was finally revealed in the 1990s. People who worked in plants that made Teflon were found to have high levels of PFOA in their bodies. PFOA is a chemical found in several fluoropolymers. High levels of PFOA were also found in the soil and bodies of water around chemical manufacturing plants that made Teflon. Trace amounts of PFOA is also found in most people of the world. In the year 2000, 3M made changes with their fluoropolymer formulation Scotchgard and eventually phased out PFOA and related chemical PFOs. DuPont started phasing out PFOA in 2005 and is supposed to conclude the phase out of their use of PFOA by the end of this year. Since before the PFOA-PFOs scare, we've used a fabric and carpet protector which contains neither of these iffy ingredients. We use a safe water-based, environmentally friendly fabric and carpet soil protector called Soil Blocker, which does not include these possibly damaging fluoropolymer formulations. Yet it works extremely well to repel spills, spots, and soil. With each cleaning, it's a good idea to have a treatment of our Soil Blocker fabric protector applied to help increase the life of your upholstery and carpet, while also helping to repel spills, spots, and soil. Thank you so much for listening to this week's audio version of our e-newsletter. If you found our e-newsletter worthwhile, please share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. We'd really appreciate it. If you haven't found any value with our e-newsletter, please share it with your enemies. While we're pretty punny in our e-newsletter, we are very serious about fighting grime. We are professional cleaners and we live to earn your business and referrals. This is Jackie Rendall and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks again for listening.